What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel.
I'm Elliott, Delp, and this is
Sparky, back again like you never left.
Today
on Basement Operator, we're going to be talking about the Primary Arms Prism ACSS G2 Cyclops. Heck yeah, what a name. So let's talk a little bit about this optic, Sparkles. Why this is awesome, why, what we like, what we don't like about it, okay? So let's start on the outside and go in, as we had previously spoken about. Yes. So
where to go?
We're going to talk a little bit of
Get your mind out together.
We do want to mention some important people. The first set of important people is us, Basement Operators, so you should go check us out. Sparky, pick up awesome merch there on the website, the Leprechaun merch and the Amor Fati shirt. The Amor Fati is Latin for the love of fate, so we thought that was pretty dope. Pretty slick, so go check us out there. Also on Basement Operator, you can find builds like this build right here, or all the other gun setups. People are always in my DMs on Instagram. Follow me about the setup, so check us out there and you can see what we run. We wanted to do a review and kind of go over this optic, see what all the hype is about. So we did reach out to Primary Arms. They did provide this optic, so there's a disclaimer there. All right. There's the disclaimer. The first and most glaring thing is the FDE.
Oh, it makes my heart go pitter-patter.
Yeah, you should see Sparky's other guns. They're all FDE. This one has a really nice coating on it. I wouldn't say it's anything insane. It's just a really nice FDE coating. I've already scratched it up because, we're degenerates here on the channel and we don't take care of absolutely anything.
And we use our stuff.
Very nice coating. You will notice that this optic is very compact.
For a 1X, yes.
Yeah, so for a 1X Prism optic, this has a super small package. Nothing wrong with small packages. Sometimes we actually prefer small packages.
How much does she weigh?
She weighs about 5.5 ounces.
It is pretty light compared to other Prisms I've used.
So you actually run a Vortex Spitfire, one of the older models. I don't know if they are actively coming out with new Prism optics over Vortex. I'm sure they are. It's a lot bigger, a lot bulkier, and nowhere near as cute as this little 1X Prism optic. You have about 120 range of motion on the different turns, 1 MOA adjustments, fairly simple to do. If you have a screwdriver or a penny,
piece of brass,
you can make those adjustments fairly simply. Nothing too awfully insane.
I like how there's no need for covers.
Yeah, no caps.
It is annoying how there's caps on everything else and you got to keep up with them. And if you got to make an adjustment, you got to sit there, take 5 seconds to take the thing off, then you lose it. And
one of the things I like about these is there's no way to knock them off.
Yeah, like you can't accidentally hit this, and you'd have to really try
to get in there.
To turn that.
That's a very good point. I think a lot of things should start moving. Like there's not a lot of innovation in the optics world in terms of like stuff like that. I think that's a really nice feature.
A more minimalist setup.
Exactly.
Nice. It's a lot cleaner too.
Exactly. A lot cleaner. All right, next, we're working on the outside stuff still. The illumination, the illuminated reticle.
You got 13 different illumination settings, as well as it's night vision capable, which is nice. For the price point, having that night vision capability, is a big plus, which you see a lot of companies run that now, like EOTech, for example, has been doing it for forever. But it is nice to have that feature. One
of the reasons I think everybody is pushing, the night vision ready, night vision capable is because night vision is becoming more and more accessible to the, I want to say civilian market, but also it's become the basement operator.
The professional one.
Yeah, it's becoming cheaper to get. So you can buy a set of Gen 3 nods for like $2,000 now. We just did 2 videos that a kit was $2,000. So if you can afford 2 kits, you might as well afford a kit and then 1 nod.
Yep.
So a lot of people are starting to move into that night vision space and having the ability to shoot your optic with night vision. As sucky as shooting optics with night vision, it's awful. It's absolutely miserable. Running a laser is so much easier, but having the ability is always nice, when you're out in the field and maybe your laser goes bad or something like that.
Yeah, or you knock it off or whatever.
Who knows what, right?
As well as on the outside, eye relief.
Oh, this thing does have some pretty sweet.
It's pretty nice.
Pretty sweet eye relief.
It's extremely adjustable. There's, that's the first thing I noticed when I put it on here, started playing around with it. I was like, man, that is nice. It's comfortable. A lot of other ones, like you kind of barely get off of it.
Yeah.
And so it's not good.
When you pick this thing up, you can shoot both eyes open with it.
Easily.
Yeah, easily. It looks like a very solid 1X. One of the things I've noticed about other 1X Prism, oh gosh,
tear it up.
1X Prism optics is there not a lot of true 1Xs out there.
Yeah, like it looks funky, shooting both eyes open. Like looking down range, things look a little distorted. This one as clear as could be. When that number one with the glass, like it is extremely clear. But the eye relief, like you don't, if you're not perfectly lined up with this one, it's okay. Like you got plenty of eye relief.
I want to take a step back because we kind of missed a perfect segue. I don't know how we did it. Talking about night vision, you know, a lot of the different night vision mounting systems are, you know, you got that 193, that 2. This thing comes with an absolute ton of mounts for adjustability. You can do all kinds of stuff. I think it comes with enough to hit every single different
4 mounts.
Yeah, 4 mounts that can stack on each other. So if you want to run it higher and back or higher and forward, like
and they're also cantilever.
Exactly, it's awesome. The amount of different mounting systems really takes away from, you no longer have to go to that third party and buy a higher mount or a different mount.
And it just comes with it. More than just going to a third party, you don't have to go back to Primary Arms to buy it because they already give it to you.
I think them taking that initiative to go ahead and give you the different plates to adjust the different heights is very valuable, and I think admirable on their part, looking out for the consumer and the needs. So that was one of the things that I was very impressed with, that we really liked about the packaging or what it came with, you know. With all of that being said, you want to start diving into the optic?
Yeah, let's talk about the reticle.
That's one of the big things for Primary Arms. Their big selling points are the reticles. They do a very good job at their development. This one is the ACSS G2 reticle. So Sparky, this is kind of, you want to talk about it because that's one of the reasons you wanted
one of the
this
reasons
thing
why I wanted to go with this one is, you know, you run the chevron on the inside. So the nice thing about that chevron, I have a 5.56 16-inch, top of that chevron 100 yards.
Yeah.
Middle of it was 300, and base of at the lower outermost portion of the chevron's 400 yards. But that's only good if you know your distance. And to help you with that, it has a ranging reticle, I guess you'd call it, towards the bottom. But you have to know it's what's made for a 510 target. If the 510 target fits between, you know, these 2 black lines or these 2 or these 2, it gives you ranges. But you have to know what size your target is.
Well, but a 510 target's the average height for most people.
Most people, you know, so if your target's man size, you're good. But there's the caveat. It has to be a man-sized target to be able to range it. So basically, you just know that, hey, if it's between, you know, these 2 outermost ones, it's 200 yards. Okay, I use this part of the chevron. Send it.
Now, you bring up a good point about, you know, if your target was a man-sized target. I think that's the point of this optic. I don't think this is a hunting optic, really.
No, this is more of a do-all.
Battle, you know, maybe shit hits the fan optic, something you'd want on your battle rifle or your 5.56 like duty gun, you know, something that's not meant for hunting. I mean, you could take it hunting. It's doable. The Prism's very clear. It's nice for that, but
it's not really made for that.
It's not really made for it.
With the reticle, with it being a Prism, you don't have to worry about whether or not your battery is good or not. Because it's an etched glass reticle. If the battery is out, you still see it.
That's a very good point. So the battery life on this thing is 25,000 hours to 50,000 hours, depending on what setting you're running. The reticle doesn't completely illuminate. It's the chevron, the
outer ring.
And the outer ring. The bottom part doesn't illuminate.
Yeah, the ranging part of the reticle does not illuminate. As well as with the battery life, this has auto live. So if you leave it on, it's going to shut itself off and kick back on as soon as you pick it up.
Yeah, which is a great feature.
Yeah, saves your battery life.
Some of us are simple-minded, and
some of us don't change our batteries very often. So,
I don't know who that would be. No comment. In terms of shooting it, did you have any gripes about? I mean, so one of the first things when you pick it up, you notice it's a very clear, beautiful reticle. The like we had mentioned, the eye relief is great for, you know, being a prism optic. Being something, you know, less like a red dot.
Yeah,
but
it's simple enough of a reticle, but it still does everything you need it to do. So like it's simple enough, it's easy to acquire. You're not like, okay, what am I supposed to be looking at here? Like we'll say with my Spitfire, you got 3 rings and a dot. It's a lot going on. With the chevron and the outer ring, it's much cleaner, easier to acquire. You know, you're not getting lost in the sauce looking through the reticle.
Lost in the sauce looking through the reticle. Very good point. Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I've noticed. It was very easy to pull up, get quick acquisition and engage, where, you know, it wasn't very busy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not taking up the whole entire thing. It's a very crisp, clean, easy shooting optic in a very small, lightweight package with it.
And your reticle is not taking up your entire field of view.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Speaking of field of view, I don't know if you guys are stats people, but the field of view at 100 yards is about 100 yards. No, gosh.
Think.
At 100 yards, you can see 76 feet.
That's
wide.
pretty good.
Yeah. Words hard. Ignore me. So it has a pretty wide field of view for, you know, looking down range.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, it is a 1X op. So
yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Anyway, Sparky, you have anything else to add on this thing? Why would you pick this over like a red dot? That's a good question.
Yeah. So why I like Prisms over red dot is
because I noticed you don't run red dots.
No, I ran a red dot for a little while and I got rid of it pretty quickly because I just didn't like the idea of, okay, if I don't have a battery,
it's
or
useless.
if I'm in a situation and I don't have a battery, then I'm screwed. I can't use it. Then you gotta go back to your backup irons. Running the Prism doesn't totally eliminate you having backup irons. I would still, you know, it wouldn't be a bad option to have backup iron sights like Canton, like some Magpul Pros or whatever. But a Prism eliminates the need for a battery. So if it ever dies or something happens to it, you can still use the optic.
Yeah.
And they tend to be a little bit more robust. this one is pretty sturdy. It doesn't feel flimsy.
No.
Like, which then again, for the price point, it shouldn't.
Right. I mean, I don't even think we've touched on price point. This is a very inexpensive optic. This is part of their SLX line.
Yeah.
Runs $250.
Which, like I said, for what all you get, I can't think of a better deal.
No, I can't either. Like if you're looking at red dots, right? You're looking at maybe a $150 red dot.
At least.
You get one mount for it. You don't have an etched reticle. One of the good things about red dots is unlimited eye relief, but you know, this has some pretty solid eye relief on it. This one comes with all the mounts. I think, you know, you're already paying for it, but you're getting that etched reticle. You're getting the ACSS reticle in it, so you're getting ranging capabilities, which are...
You got drop. You're using the Chevron for drop.
I think it's well worth the investment over top of something like a red dot of some sort on the budget end. I'm very impressed with the optic.
Oh, I can't recommend anything more. I mean, so far I've been extremely impressed for the price point.
But he's a Prism guy.
I mean, hey, I've ran enough of them. I'm like, you know what? This is kind of what I like.
Yeah, I got you. No, and I think we're very impressed with it. So if you want to pick this up, head on over to Primary Arms. You can find their link in our well, you can't find their link in our description. You can go to basementoperators.com and then go to the link tree. You can find them there, or you can find them on this build right here. This is the Hunter. What are we naming this build?
The Essential Minuteman.
Oh, the Minuteman build. The Essential Minuteman build. There we go. You can go check it out there on our website at basementoperator.com. All right, so I think that's it, Sparky.
That covers all the bases.
Oh yeah, we really appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram because we're shadow banned there and we get no love. There we post all kinds of deals, so it'll be beneficial to you. All right, and we'll see you guys on the next one. As always, take someone outdoors. Peace.
Go outside in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Start on the outside and end up in.
Get the outside nice and wet. By the time you're done with that, the inside's nice and moist.
Good God, do not say that.